and I'm gonna repel the fabric. So instead of pulling myself up, I'm actually pressing my palms and pushing the fabric away to help press my chest forward, and I can just let those feet touch. They tap the floor, and I'm gonna donkey kick myself with my heels to my bottom to flip myself back up and see if I can actually come straight into the shoulder. So I will like this, and then around the front this time. So if it felt more comfortable how you had before, you can always work your legs back into how you had them, but it's probably going to be easier to get the legs up just by coming with the legs come straight up, and then maybe practice coming back down again. So let's come together, toes tap, and then get ready for that donkey kick so the knees bend, and we do involve a little pull up here, kick, and then legs up, and we can sit and breathe. Feel free to try that jump, that flip. It's called a donkey kick. A few more times, and the next time we do it, we're actually going to flip all the way into the hammock. So I think we've tried this before, angel flip, and super fun when you do it. We're going to bend into that donkey kick, kick heels in, and we can go up, and then we have to roll in. Oh, a little burrito. Bring your head on in. This time we're going to come to the kingfish pose. So lifting my hips up by pressing one foot in the hammock down. I'll slide my hands under my bottom. The palms are facing down, so they're facing the floor, or their palms are touching the hammock. And lower your hips and glutes back onto your palms. Try to wedge those elbows under your ribs, sliding them under. You should feel the chest open. I'm going to let the heels and big toes come together. Point through the toes. We're going to lift our head and come onto the crown of the head, pointing your chin up to the ceiling. Kingfish pose. Breathing in and out through the nose. Again, try to reach for that 4 or 5 second inhale. Let's try a 4 to 5 second exhale. Back to center, lift the head, roll onto the back of the head, lift the hips, and roll the hands out. We'll kick that excess fabric on the floor toward our feet and let it cover both of our legs. Let the head come out, shoulders are covered. Now, I picked up that fabric in between my legs with just my fingertips, just my forefinger and my thumb are holding it. Now, I'm going to straighten my legs. I kind of lift my hips so that that fabric stays long and up toward my face. Now I'm going to place it in between my legs and then squeeze my knees together, keeping the legs down. And actually, if you want to put it between your legs here and keep the legs up, that's fine. Just squeeze the knees together. Make sure the fabric is covering both shins. And then we're just going to, again, press the legs forward like plow pose and repel the fabric away from you. So your feet will come forward into this little hammock of its own, and your shoulders are covered. And then we can start to extend the belly over the top of our mat, flat. And then we can hug the knees in, kind of blending those tucks we did earlier. And then the pike, straightening the legs. And then you can roll all the way back. So just see how that feels, and if you want to practice that a couple more times, you can before we come into our final resting pose. So I'm going to come out and show you kind of, if you want to come out at the very end of Shavasana like this, through that back flip, you certainly can. Really slow. So that's one way that you can exit after we get done with Shavasana, but we have a little bit more time. So if you want to practice that angel flip a couple more times, I just want to prepare you for what's about to happen. I'm going to get some water. Very twisted up. Hopefully you are still practicing some of those angel flips with the, or not angel flips, manta ray. All right. Okay, so we are going to come to laying in the hammock once more. So after you finish with that last flip in and out, go ahead and return to laying on your back in your hammock. Extend it long. Let's take a breather, but we're going to roll to our right side to do that. So we'll press our heels down, lift the hips, and turn the hips, and then turn your torso, and we can extend the arms up overhead, with the elbows rest toward each other, knees resting on top of each other, and just letting your breath come back here. And the last 10 minutes of our practice will be in the hammock. I'll take us through kind of slow swimming poses. So we'll start by extending the arms straight, legs straight. On an exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees, start to hug them in toward each other. So everything stays inside of your hammock, and bending the knees and elbows on the outside together. Inhale, straighten arms, straighten legs. Coming back to that arrow shape. So I bend my elbows, bend my knees, maybe they can touch. And then inhale, straighten legs and arms. I'm trying to straighten the arms and legs at about the same pace so that I don't have a lot of fishtailing or spinning in my hammock. Also, as I come into that little tub, I'm trying to use my core, so not my elbows or my knees as much. And then when I come into that straight body, I'm just trying to squeeze my glutes together and maybe press my hands and feet back for a little crescent moon back bend. And next time you inhale into that arrow shape, we're going to stay there. Lift the left heel and bend the knee. Bring the heel out of the hammock behind you. Reach the left arm up to the ceiling and take it out of the hammock behind you. Can the left hand find the left foot behind you? And it will grab the top of the foot. Let your left knee rest toward your right ankle. You can bend both knees. And let your head rest inside of your right bicep. Head is still in the hammock, and your right arm is just kind of organically wrapped around your head. There's no magic sauce to that. The fabric is pushing into the left armpit, stimulating some adrenals there. Feel this really easy back bend, half reclined hero. We'll come out by releasing the top of the foot. And then arms once again will extend up overhead. Exhale, keeping the arms and legs straight, bend at the hips, and we're going to grab the feet. So maybe you can't grab the feet and you just grab the hammock. I'll show you what that looks like here. I can bend the knees and just grab the hammock. Now return to straight legs. And if you can, flex the feet. And we're trying to hold here in this straight leg side bend. It should feel really juicy for the lower back. The more you can straighten the legs, the more you're going to feel this in the lower back. You'll also feel it in the glute hamstring insertion point. muscle, feel the contraction, and then inhale. Start to move those legs and arms away from each other, straightening them, locking them out, pointing the toes and hands back behind us. Exhale, coming in that roll again. Flying side tuck on the left. Inhale, flying side plank. Exhale, tuck. Inhale. And again, exhale. And inhale. And last one. Lift the right leg this time. Bend the right knee outside of the hammock behind you, kicking the heel towards the glute. And then right arm is going to circle up and around, reaching to the top of that right foot. And as soon as it grabs it, I'm going to let everything get heavy. I want gravity to do most of the work for me here. So that right knee drops down. I don't want to leave it up in the air for the chicken wing. I'm going to drop it down. And I'm going to let that head be heavy. I'm not going to try and use my neck to lift my head up. I'll breathe into my belly so my belly feels the thyroid stretch as I inhale. Maybe using the back foot, bringing both legs and arms back into the hammock. Arms are outstretched, and then exhale, hinge at the hips. Side fold. Try and grab that fabric at your feet. Or grab the feet, even better. Wrap the palms around the balls of the feet, and slowly start to straighten the legs. Maybe taking turns bending one, straightening the other. Like we were walking the dog earlier, our downward dog, you can do that here too. Ultimately trying to get both of those legs straight. Releasing the feet, coming back onto that side body, left side body. I'm going to push my heels down again, lift my hips, turning them to laying on my back, and then turning my shoulders to laying on my back again. And one last thing that we will get into is on our back, hugging both knees into the chest. So we'll start with just one knee and then walk the other one. Otherwise, the hammock tends to go fishtail really easy. And then try to keep the knees together in the middle of your body and squeeze them really tight. And that should help to drop all your weight under your plumb line. And then we'll flex the feet. Just feel the whole body come into its natural stretchiness, right? Just natural shape that gravity allows your back to stretch into without pain. And the hip stretch without any impact or weight on the hips or lower back. Breathe into your belly really big so that it lifts your whole body. And keep your legs, your knees tucked into your chest. Keep your legs exactly where they are. We're taking the arms overhead and outside of your hammock to grab the very tail ends of your hammock. So find them with your fingers, find the coiled part, and then wrap the coiled part through the middle of your plumb line. So I'm dragging it in front of my plumb line, and I'll bring my heels into where just above my hands are, in those little stirrups. Straighten the legs, and then bend the knees wide, like Baddha Konasana. So the knees are behind your plumb line. And you'll feel how there's a pillowy part of the fabric that's like excess, and then the tight part. Let the tight part come to the inner knee. It's going to help to open the hips. So now we're in a Baddha Konasana with our knees bound and our feet bound, legs up, metaphorical roll. You can crisscross your arms over your chest or over your stomach, whatever feels good for you. The shoulders are kind of hugging in. And I'm Daisy. You are welcome to kind of press the shoulders out wide. Lift your chest up and kind of press the shoulders out wide. The hammock will keep them there. And this is our Shavasana. So this is how we'll take our final resting pose today. Still moving some of that blood flow toward the head and the stomach. Thank you. And to come out of your pose, you're going to release the feet from the hammock. Legs will come to laying in the hammock. You'll walk the legs out, bend the elbows wide at your sides, and pull yourself on up. Thanks so much for practicing with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Namaste.